Howdy, this is Nico from Ashina. Today, I am making a video about Btools. Btools is a tool for players to build in private servers inside of 4.2. I use them primarily to show the character hitbox, but you can also use them to make objects, change those objects' size, color, and properties. First of all, every single part of the map is its own specific object. As you can see in this Explorer folder down here, there's all these drop-down menus, which can show literally all the parts inside the private server. So, the first thing is, this is the movement tool, right? The top one, and you can move objects around however you may like. The next tool is the resize tool. This makes stuff different size. Let me create a block real quick so I can show you better. This is the movement tool, by the way. But back to the resize tool. Then the next one on the left side is the rotation tool. You can just change which way the object is sitting. Then the next tool is the color. You can just make it whatever you want. And the next tool is the surface tool. You can just change certain areas, such as make it look like studs, make it different things. This is not a very useful tool, to be honest. The next one is transparency. You'll see this one a lot for making stuff like semi-see-through, and also to change the material, which if you go to your own character, this tool is actually really cool to change your material to force field. Kind of trippy. You can also turn yourself invisible. That's also a character hitbox, by the way. There's a bug in the game right now that if you do certain actions, all of the hitboxes will go away. Just so you know, it's been in the game for 8 months. They still haven't done anything about it. The character's probably going to look like this for the rest of the video, but it's fine. The next tool is the anchor tool, which if it's anchored, it will stay in place. If it's unanchored, it will just literally keep on falling down. And I could push this block if I wanted to, for the sake of not having to remake this block. I'm not going to do that. Forgot that I made it a force field 1 second. Okay, now we have a normal block again. So make sure this is anchored so that it won't move all over the place. Then the next tool is collision. If you turn this off, you can literally walk through the block. You can use this to make walls so you can't see, to make certain drills, stuff like that. That's what I used to use it for, at least. The next tool is the mesh tool. I wouldn't even worry about this tool. You have to add things specifically. I don't even know how this one works. This is the page for how it works, but read as you may, I don't think it's gonna help much. Same with the texture tool. It doesn't really work in this game, but you know. Then the weld tool. Here's the little page for it. It's kind of hard to use the weld tool, and I hadn't had any need to use it, so I would just probably not worry too much about that one. Then there's the light tool. This one you can add, remove. It might not want to show. Let me remove this block and create a new one. Okay. Here's the light tool. Spotlight. Yeah, this tool just doesn't want to work. Sometimes the tools absolutely suck. Yeah, the tool is not showing up at all. There's also the decorate tool, which basically just adds smoke, fire, sparkles, just simple stuff. This is where kind of the most important part of Btools, in my opinion, is going in your own drop-down menu, which you can just see right here. You can color certain parts of your body if you want. Like, I just colored my arm red, right? Or, let me see, yeah, my head. This will be a little bit easier to show. You can like change the color, their head and stuff. You know, you just have to find this specific one. There's a lot of different parts, like there's three parts for every single arm, stuff like that. So there's just like a lot. And also it like singles out all of your accessories in this menu too. But the most important one that I see is the top hitbox, rec hitbox, and dive hitbox. There's also the block hitbox, which is that one. But I'll just single out all of these so you can see it. Just change the transparency of each one to 0, and you can see it. This is the rec hitbox inside of the game. As you can see, it's more in front of you than on, you know, your back or your sides. So if you're facing sideways and the ball is coming towards you, you can just fling that way. And a lot of the time, balls that you would not normally be able to rec, you can rec if you just flick sideways. The next hitbox is the top hitbox, which is a spike and setting hitbox. Let me just make it a force field too. This hitbox, it changes size. One second. It changes size based on, or changes area based on if you're setting or spiking. If you're setting, it'll just do that, you know, it'll stay in its normal spot. Basically, your setting hitbox is your spike hitbox. That's just one more important thing to know. And it literally pops up like that. And the next hitbox is the dive hitbox. Another important thing to know about the dive hitbox is if you use your sprint with diving, like, let me just wait until my sprint's back. Okay, look at this. You shoot sideways. Your dive isn't like instantly as far as it's gonna go. It slides into it just as your character does. The last hitbox to show you is the blocker hitbox. It's literally just a square. Like, it shows you whichever direction you're gonna block. You know, your hitbox goes sideways when you turn sideways. Goes back and forth when you do that. You know, it's pretty self-explanatory. That's about it for the video. Btools isn't like that hard in the game. That's about it for the video. Btools really isn't that complicated, but it's one of the most underrated tools in the game. I would use this tool to show your friends what the character hitbox looks like, and to also show them how they're missing the ball.